let's talk about some key do's and don'ts. First, don't assume that if you're accepted, the college will make it affordable. Every college has their own formula and resources for awarding aid. College is under no obligation to meet your financial needs, and only very few can. Only the wealthiest schools have the resources to do so. The bottom line is most colleges simply cannot afford to do so, and don't expect that an acceptance letter is an affordability guarantee. Second, do appreciate that less selective colleges may be more generous. In order to attract more students and increase their ranking, less selective schools may be willing to entice you with a better aid package. Less selective colleges, and you can think of those as your safety schools, may offer you a more generous financial aid package because they want to encourage you to attend their school for at least a couple of reasons. First, they expect that you may have offers from higher ranked schools and they need to compete with those schools. And second, your SAT scores and GPA are going to be above their average values, and they view your acceptance as a chance to increase their statistical averages and thus their rankings in the various college ranking services. Third, don't think independent scholarships will help much. Independent scholarships may be deducted from your grants, leaving you with the same amount of loans to take out. There is a practice known as scholarship displacement, which occurs when an institution reduces the financial aid award of a student by the same amount of their private scholarship to redistribute funds to other students. Private scholarships often lead schools to reduce other types of aid, dollar for dollar, entirely at the school's discretion. So before you spend a lot of time researching independent scholarships, ask your college's financial aid office what their policy is and if they'll be reducing your grant aid. If that is the case, then you probably should not bother. 4, do understand many private colleges are financially shaky. Research the financial health of your college before accepting their offer. The easiest way to do this is to research the size of a school's endowment, both the endowment's total size and on a per student basis. The correlation between a school's financial health and its endowment is nearly perfect. 5th, don't assume financial aid is guaranteed after the first year. The FAFSA and financial aid applications are updated and resubmitted every year. 6, do appreciate that college is not for everyone. There are lots of fulfilling career options that do not require attending college. Don't feel obligated to go to college if it's not for you, and don't feel obligated to go right away. It's an expensive choice, and make sure it is the right one for you. A perfectly suitable option for many students is to start with a community or junior college and see if that experience is what you want. If so, you can always transfer to a 4-year school at any time. Number 7, don't fall in love with a college you cannot afford. The biggest takeaway from this video is don't overborrow and risk your financial future. When you take on student loans, you cannot get out of them by declaring bankruptcy or by any other means. If you overborrow, you will be living with high debt payments for a very long time. Proceed carefully. Navigating the college financial aid process is complicated, fraught with anxiety, and potentially differing expectations from parents and students. The final guidance with which we'd like to leave you is to encourage parents and students to communicate early and often through this journey. Parents should be clear about the financial resources they're able to commit and the comfort level they have about taking on student loan debt, either for themselves or the student's responsibility. Just as we intuitively know not to buy cars or houses that we cannot afford, the student should not consider schools that may be beyond the financial reach of the family. Trying to comprehend the burden of taking on student loans is quite abstract and difficult for a teenager to grasp. Thus, students and parents need to move through this process together.